kind of have to assess in parallel the integrity of that entire corridor if that's going to be the program for the loop. Then you can go through the questions.
Yeah, and then my other one would be, some people on, the side that Elon Musk used to work for, on Donald Trump's side of thing would say, we've seen the quote, like, if Trump cured cancer, the Democrats would still not like him. Some people are saying, Elon Musk is giving a free sort of project here, and there's a lot of pushback. What do you have to say to that?
I don't have a lot of comment on that. I mean, our focus is on just making sure that as we go forward with plans already in motion, programs we intended to work on, priorities for the city, that that is not disrupted.
Do you think this could be work for it to be beneficial to the city?
I mean, I think that's one of the questions that we've got is this a net positive overall, and that's part of the assessment process. Stephen?
How do you make a donation rezoning?
I mean, I've known since Councilmember Horton took office that housing affordability was a priority of his. I know he's been working hard to look at tools. We've seen even in the Unified Housing Strategy that the Housing Division at Metro Planning produced that supply is a key part of that and land use is a consideration, but we're kind of tracking it. I saw a lot of people come out and speak in favor, and I saw a lot of people come out and speak against. So, I mean, it's speaking from the perspective of a district council member. I mean, I think that was always, you tried to make the judgment calls about when something is ready for consideration by your colleagues. And I mean, now at this point, we'll move on to another reading and see if he's got the votes. Yeah.
And then with license plate readers, the ongoing discussions we're having, there's neighborhoods that are now taking it into their own hands and using their own money to foot the bill for safety in their neighborhoods. What are you wanting to say about that?
We're still seeing that. We've had several, even when I was on Metro Council, working at the neighborhood level. We continue to engage with both the Metro Nashville Police Department and the Metro Council. I think you saw what we saw a few months ago where Metro Council couldn't even get out of committee a resolution of support for the concept. And so we're still looking at what our options are to increase tools, and we have a sensitivity to wanting, I mean, we've talked from the get-go about wanting to make sure that the voices of victims stay in the conversation, and now I think as we listen to council members and concerned community members, we want to make sure that we're not creating new classes of victims, and so I think it's still trying to find that balance. So we're continuing to have those conversations, and we don't have decisions or a timeline right now. I'm going to go over to Megan.
The governor and some state legislators had some glowing things to say about your collaboration and maybe some of the conversations that you had about what's going on with the Music City Loop. How long were you in those conversations? And I know it's like you came out with a series of questions, unanswered questions. Is there a balance here when trying to get buy-in, especially depending on what politics are at play?
Yeah, I mean, I think we, with the governor's office, with TDOT, with Tennessee Economic and Community Development, there's been a lot of points of collaboration and focus with the state over the past couple of years. On this project, they indicated, Boring had come to town last year, late spring, I think, and had an informal conversation about interest, and we didn't hear anything for a while, and then it kind of accelerated a few weeks ago. I think those have been productive conversations with the governor's office. They have certainly they've said, yes, please make sure that you get your questions answered, and so that's when we kind of took that initiative and set up this process within Metro. But we work with TDOT all the time. There are conversations about the East Bank, choice lanes, a lot of things. Sometimes they're joint initiatives like the East Bank, sometimes they're state-led initiatives like choice lanes, like the Boring Tunnel, and so we're grateful to have a forum to be able to have those conversations.
Did you feel like you were included before the big announcement?
I mean, I definitely felt like they were making us aware, and then we had to do some preparation work, which is now ongoing post-announcement.
Let's do two more.
Come over here.
Lots of people seem to be excited about the new South Nashville Police Precinct. It seems like the date is finally set for October. Do you have any updates as to whether that date will stick and what people who live in that side of town can expect?
I know that both General Services, our Metro Nashville Police Department, have been working very quickly on it. We definitely structured some of our budget for this year on the certainty that it would open within fiscal year 2026. I'm very confident that it will open before the end of the year. I think structurally finished and then like open and operational, not sure. I imagine we'll probably look to do a grand opening sometime in that October-November timeframe. Yeah, awesome.
I've got one more loop question for you. Heard that the intent is perhaps for it to run under 8th Avenue. So I wondered if we know whether that gets into territory where we're talking about city-owned land, and if we don't know that yet, is that maybe one of those questions that still is standing from your perspective?
I do think that's a question. I think what we've heard so far, sort of to Megan's point, is that the state is looking primarily at state land, state right-of-way, but I wouldn't say, I mean, I haven't seen a detailed route map, for instance, so don't know the details on that, so that is absolutely on the list of open questions.
All right, thanks
All right.
everybody, and I do want to
Thanks,
mention
y'all.
Diane Lance and Becky Bullard, the leaders of the Family Safety Center, are available to talk. We can do it right here as well. If you want to hang out for that. Okay.
Just gonna stick your hand up high. You just look right over.
We also have Judge Gail Robinson, who is what we call the father of the domestic violence movement in Nashville. No, not grandfather. And who's here through all of this and who trained me to do what I do. But I think he could speak really well to the progress we've made as a city. And then Mark Wynn, who is the top national expert on domestic violence across the country. He's from Nashville. The Mary Parrish Center was named after his mother, who is a survivor of domestic violence, and he is the one who told us about all the great practices across the country that we work to implement now. So I just want to make sure you all know that they're available as well. Okay.
Start with you. Could you stand where the mic is?
Thank you for telling me what to do. I really
I just didn't want you to
appreciate
start
that.
answering questions. I think this one has a question for you.
Yeah, I've got a question. Obviously, today is celebratory and lots of great strides have been made. I wonder, I noticed that bond was something that kind of across the board at different stages you guys have identified